Walmart beat earnings, raised its full-year guidance, and still had its worst day in years, down 9%. Woof! It is Snowball, and this is the week's edition of Market Briefs, the biggest filings and earnings stories of the week. So what happened? The quarter itself was fine. Earnings beat. Revenue grew. The full-year forecast went up, but growth at its United States stores slowed, and the guide for next quarter came in light. Then the kicker. Walmart has received about $2.9 billion in tariff refunds, and instead of letting that money fall into profits, it is spending it on price rollbacks. 11,000 items marked down. Great for shoppers, not what Wall Street wanted. Options traders had priced in about a 5% move. The stock fell nearly twice that, and the fear spread. Advance Auto Parts actually beat on earnings and still collapsed almost 25% because do-it-yourself spending hit a cliff late in the quarter. Kohl's, Dick's, Best Buy, all down. One report and the whole consumer trade caught a cold. Now the tape all of this landed on. The S&P 500 fell almost 1%, the Nasdaq matched it, and the Dow had the worst day of the three. Walmart alone was a big chunk of the damage. The fear gauge jumped, and the bond market took back Wednesday's relief as long-term yields snapped right back up. Meanwhile, the escape hatches did the winning. Gold pushed higher again, and Bitcoin closed above $70,000 for the first time since June. Risk off in stocks. Risk on in everything that is not a stock. And that capped a wild week. Monday, America's two biggest apartment landlords merged into one $70 billion company called Vivmark Residential, and L3 Harris pushed out its chief executive overnight over conduct. Tuesday, Klarna beat its quarter, cut its full year, and lost almost 23% in a day. And Wednesday, Moderna had its best day ever, up 177% after the first vaccine of its kind ever won a late-stage cancer trial. Here is the twist, though. The same day Walmart cracked, the discount rack won. Ross stores reported after the close tonight, and it was a blowout. Store traffic drove comparable sales up 10%. TEN! Earnings beat, and the full-year outlook went up. The stock jumped almost 8% after hours. Put the two reports together and the story writes itself. The American consumer is not disappearing. The American consumer is trading down. When Walmart says its shoppers are making trade-offs and Ross prints a traffic boom the very same afternoon, that is not a coincidence. That is a flowchart. One more detail. Ross also booked about $250 million of those same tariff refunds. Third retailer in 3 days with that line item. Now for the stories only the filing show. Two mega deals closed in one session. First, Charter completed its $34.5 billion deal for Cox, a cable giant now reaching more than 70 million homes. Fun twist, within a year, the whole company gets renamed Cox Communications, though your Spectrum service keeps its name. Second, Santander finished its roughly $12 billion takeover of Webster Financial. Webster is now delisted, gone from the stock exchange, and the combined bank lands in the top 20 in America. No fireworks, no press conference, just two 8K filings, and two giant companies changed shape forever. And a genuine turn of the cycle. Deere. The tractor maker rose about 7% after posting its first year-over-year profit growth in roughly 3 years. Construction equipment did the heavy lifting. Operating profit in that unit jumped 84%, and management raised its income floor for the year and called this the bottom of the farm cycle. When Deere says the worst is over, the whole barnyard listens. Rivals CNH and AGCO rallied right along with it. So who is up next? Tomorrow morning, BJ's Wholesale reports, and that one matters because it is the Warehouse Club read on the exact consumer Walmart just spooked. KE Holdings, the Chinese housing platform, reports the same morning, along with Buckle. Next week, the calendar heats back up. Xpeng on Monday, Intuit and Zoom on Tuesday, and Workday on Thursday, with that take-private chatter still hanging over it. And the big macro moment, Jackson Hole, where the new Federal Reserve Chair gives his first keynote next Friday. Buckle up! The through line this week? The consumer is stressed, but shopping smarter. Tariff refunds are reshaping retail earnings, and the deal machine never sleeps. Next week brings Jackson Hole, and Snowball will be right here to fetch it all. If this earned a treat, drop a like, subscribe, and I will see you next Thursday. Woof!